really thrilled to have you with us this evening, and as we get started, we really like to find out just what kind of a crowd we're dealing with, whether we have lots of new people or veteran catechists or a mixture of both. And so I'm going to turn it over to Nick to invite you to participate in this first poll so we can find that information out. So, Nick, back to you.
Thank you, Joe. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there is now a poll box open on your screen with the question, what's your experience as a catechist? Please select answer A if this will be your first year as a catechist, B if you have 1 to 3 years of experience, C if you have 4 to 6 years of experience, and finally, please select answer D in the poll box if you have 7+ years of experience.
Okay, thank you, Nick. And I see the results are coming in quickly. The ballots are pouring through the ceiling down on Nick's head here. While we're waiting for him to count those votes, I just wanted to mention a couple of thoughts here. One is a reminder that a recording of this webinar will be available within about a week's time on my blog. So if you visit Catechist Journey, you'll see a tab up at the top that tells you about the webinars, and that's where you can find the recordings. Already the webinar for teaching primary age kids is up there. Finally, as Nick mentioned, you can send in questions at any time. We'll take a few of them this evening, and then within a week or so I'm going to be dealing with questions on my blog. Okay, Nick has given me the high sign. He's counted all the votes, and let's see what kind of an audience we have tonight.
All right, Joe. The biggest group we have tonight has 7+ years of experience. They're followed up by the 1 to 3 year group, but we do have a nice mix of all 4 answers this evening, Joe.
Okay, yeah, and once again we have, looks like about 35%, so 1 in 3 of our catechists with us tonight are either brand new or within their first to third year of being a catechist. So we have lots of newbies with us, and we're very happy to have you along and to get a little bit of confidence as you begin your ministry or continue into your second year or so. So thanks for being with us. And what we're going to do is begin taking a look at the role of the catechist just to get a better idea of what it is that we're doing. The first thing I'd like to point out is that being a catechist is not exactly rocket science, but by the same token, not just any monkey can do what a catechist is called to do. You are indeed a very special person. You've been called because someone, probably your DRE or your pastor, saw potential in you to really proclaim God's word and to be a mentor for young people or for adults, in this case, tonight, kids in junior high and high school. And so that's a vocation, meaning that you have a call from the church and from the Lord himself. And so that makes this a very special ministry. In fact, I like to emphasize the fact that this is a vocation, not simply volunteerism. It's not like you just, put on a cap once a week and say, I'm a catechist, and then the rest of the week, you're someone totally different. So it's really a ministry that we take to heart and changes our lives as well as changing the lives of others. We're carrying out a mission, and that mission is not ours. It's a mission that belongs to Jesus, and he has entrusted it to us. So what a privilege we have to be able to carry on the mission of Jesus Christ. And so just what kind of a person does it take to carry out this mission? Well, if we look at the qualities and knowledge and skills of a catechist, I think the first thing we can see is that it begins with your own relationship with God and with his church. As a catechist, you're not teaching a subject. You're inviting people into a relationship. And so you need to stop and think about your own relationship with the Lord and the grace that has brought into your life, and then how you can bring that to others. You also need to have a basic understanding of the Catholic faith. It doesn't mean that you have to be some kind of a walking encyclopedia of Catholic doctrine, or you don't have to have the catechism memorized, but it means that you have a basic working knowledge of the Catholic faith, and you have a commitment to growing in that knowledge. This is lifelong learning that we're a part of. You need to have good relationships with the age group that you're teaching. So if you're going to be working with junior high and high school kids, chances are someone has noticed that you have kids of your own that age, or you have nieces or nephews, or neighbors with kids that age, or you have grandchildren. But in other words, they see that you're eminently capable of working with this age group. You also need to have a basic ability to organize yourself, to plan lessons, and to work well with other people, because catechists usually end up working on a team and sharing ideas with other catechists and learning from one another. And then finally, as well, it's important to have just some basic familiarity with teaching skills. Most catechists are not professional teachers, and so when we are given a catechist manual and asked to stand in front of a group of kids, all of a sudden it's like, whoa, how do I do this? How do I keep them attentive? How do I keep them engaged? And so that's why you're here in this webinar. We're going to look at some of the ways that we can grow in that aspect.